my God, y'all won't believe this tea. Lil Meech is completely spiraling right now. He's literally losing his grip on everything and desperately hunting for revenge ever since 50 Cent completely cut him off. And if that wasn't enough drama, 50 went and put Big Meech on blast, accusing him of snitching. Can you believe it? Now, when this whole messy situation exploded last month, Lil Meech was playing both sides like nobody's business.
How did Lil Meech blow through the 5 mil that he made off BMF? They said that boy was buying every chrome hot made to man.
Listen to this. He was actually texting 50 behind the scenes, swearing up and down that he was still loyal to him, even while his dad was getting all buddy-buddy with Rick Ross. But honey, that loyalty vanished faster than a sample sale at Saks. Next thing we know, Lil Meech is out here flaunting himself in photos not just with Ross, but with Floyd Mayweather too. And everyone knows they're two of 50's biggest enemies. The audacity.
You know, with 50, and if you know 50 or you've been around 50, everything is loyalty with 50. If you're loyal to him, he's loyal to you. And like Meech said, he'll take the shirt off his back for you, and he's helped so many people. And he'll help so many people in the industry that he never talks about. He's gave so many people money behind the scenes. So when people switch sides like that, there is no offer.
But wait, it gets even juicier. The word on these streets is that Lil Meech just switched up on Ross too. Turns out Ross was never actually interested in helping Big Meech like he pretended to be. He was just clout chasing the entire time, using Meech's name to throw shade at 50. And now that all the hype is dying down, Lil Meech and his dad are finally waking up to the cold, hard truth that they got completely played. But don't you dare feel sorry for them. Fans are dragging Lil Meech, saying he fumbled the biggest opportunity of his entire life by turning against the very man who put him on in the first place.
From what I've seen, because I remember when Lil Meech was rapping, nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money.
I wasn't going to address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the time, always with me.
Let's not forget the receipts here. 50 Cent handed Lil Meech his first real shot in the industry. He paid for his acting lessons for 2 whole years and even made him the lead in BMF. And instead of being smart with his money and making wise investments, Meech allegedly blew through it all like there was no tomorrow. Sources are spilling that he burned through $5 million in just 3 years. And the most shocking part? He didn't invest a single dime. Didn't save anything for his dad's release. Nothing. Instead, it all allegedly went to designer clothes, flashy jewelry, and fueling a rumored addiction to whippets. Yes, laughing gas. Now with his bank account drying up faster than the Sahara, Lil Meech is out here spiraling, pointing fingers at everyone but himself for throwing away the biggest opportunity he'll ever have. Did 50 Cent cross the line by cutting off Lil Meech, or was he just keeping it 100? And how do Lil Meech and Big Meech really feel about Rick Ross now? Grab your popcorn because we're diving into all the drama. So if you somehow missed this explosive situation, Lil Meech and his father Big Meech were recently spotted hanging out with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather in Miami. And social media absolutely lost it. Fans were roasting them left and right, saying Ross was just using them for attention. But Lil Meech wasn't worried one bit. He was posting up with Ross and Floyd at Lucky Strike, flexing hard for the cameras. And just when you thought this couldn't possibly get more dramatic, Meech took a not-so-subtle dig at 50 Cent with a caption that said, "Real power." Oh honey, you already know 50 wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back immediately, posting a clip of Lil Meech chatting with Ross and straight up mocking him. 50 wrote, "Yo, tell your pops I'm going to look out. What's the address? I'ma send him some wings over there." The disrespect is astronomical. Now, if you've been following this saga, it all erupted when Big Meech got released from prison after more than 20 years and immediately linked up with Rick Ross. That's when 50 went absolutely nuclear, pushing the narrative that Big Meech is a snitch. But Meech wasn't taking that lying down. He clapped back with a video declaring he's never told on anyone in his life and would rather die than snitch. Lil Meech literally wrote F Ross. And he wasn't finished. He swore his undying loyalty to 50, saying, "I would take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you."
Charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
So what's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. This is the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. This is the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this on. It's that big boy, you know.
I'm just gonna go.
2 million.
But guess what? That loyalty evaporated faster than water in a desert. When 50 didn't match his energy and hinted that Lil Meech might get kicked off BMF, Meech flipped the script quicker than you can say betrayal. The next thing you know, he's in Miami living it up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. Then just days later, Lil Meech posted a picture chilling with his dad and Floyd, dropping nothing but a shushing emoji, the shade of it all. And that's when things got messier than a toddler with finger paint. Turns out all that I'm loyal to 50 talk was just desperate damage control. Why? Because 50 cut off his main money source. Word is Lil Meech burned through his entire BMF fortune in just a few years. And instead of investing that money or making smart financial moves, he allegedly blew millions on designer clothes, jewelry, and living like a rap superstar. This man was actually flexing on social media in custom Chrome Hearts jeans and bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced out watch. Now, with his money disappearing and 50 out of the picture, what's next for Lil Meech? Lil Meech allegedly burned through $5 million in just 3 years, wasting it all on luxury cars, designer outfits, and diamond-encrusted jewelry with absolutely zero investments to show for it. And if that's not wild enough, Tony Yayo just exposed him, saying Meech was acting entitled, even telling people like Lil Baby that they should give Big Meech money. Basically, Lil Meech was running around acting like the world owed him cash. But the most shocking part? Yayo claims this man was begging for handouts while simultaneously spending $100,000 on jeans. The audacity is breathtaking. And here's where it gets even crazier. Lil Meech himself admitted that before meeting 50 Cent, he was completely lost with no plan, no direction, nothing. But 50 saw something in him. Instead of casting an experienced actor for BMF, he took Lil Meech under his wing, paid for 2 years of acting classes, and completely transformed his life. You'd think after 50 put him on and set him up for success, Lil Meech would be making smart financial moves. But no, instead, it's like he thought the money would flow forever and someone would always bankroll his extravagant lifestyle. But here's where the plot thickens. 50 just dropped another bombshell. According to 50, Big Meech was jealous of the bond he had with Lil Meech. Why? Because 50 was being a better father figure than Big Meech ever was. And the revelations keep coming. 50 also claimed that Lil Meech was showing up to the BMF set high as a kite, and it was 50, not Big Meech, who stepped in to help him get clean. Not only did 50 confront him about it, but he also paid for his rehab after discovering Meech was allegedly addicted to whippets, aka nitrous oxide or laughing gas. 50 even wrote in a now-deleted post, "I thought about it." So what's the real story here? Did Lil Meech fumble his own bag, or was he just another pawn in the game? I think he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I'm telling Meech not to do drugs. He's telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Meech to chill, stop spending all his money. He's telling him how much he blew. That's what 50 Cent just revealed, and it doesn't end there. People don't realize 50 was the one who had to send Lil Meech to rehab. According to him, even actor Russell Hornsby witnessed the issue firsthand when Meech showed up completely high on the BMF set. It got so bad that he started throwing up during a weapons test. Then Ian told 50 that Lil Meech had whippets in his truck. 50's shocked reaction, "What the F is whippets?" He looked into it and realized it's that same S that B and BB be on. But the question on everyone's minds is there actual proof that Lil Meech is hooked on nitrous, or is 50 just stirring up drama? Well, turns out 50 wasn't just talking. Several industry insiders who were close to Lil Meech hinted that his substance issues were no secret. One of them, underground rapper Brick Baby, recently told DJ Vlad that Lil Meech is definitely an addict and even called him out for blowing through his entire BMF fortune without ever looking out for Big Meech or securing his future. And now, Lil Meech is absolutely freaking out. Sources say he's finally realizing he threw away the biggest opportunity of his life, and he's furious at Rick Ross for using his dad's name for clout without ever actually trying to help him. But fans aren't shedding any tears for him. Many are saying Lil Meech has no one to blame but himself. Now that the smoke is clearing, Lil Meech is finally seeing just how badly he messed up. Word is he's in full panic mode after watching his money vanish, his connections disappear, and his once solid relationship with 50 Cent completely shatter. Sources close to him say he's been venting nonstop about how Rick Ross played him like a fiddle. Ross was never actually trying to help Big Meech. He just used the association for clout, took shots at 50, and now he's nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Lil Meech is left to pick up the pieces alone. The truly sad part? He had it all handed to him on a silver platter. 50 Cent didn't just give him a starring role in BMF, he mentored him, paid for his acting lessons, and even cleaned up his messes when he started slipping. But instead of focusing on building his future, Meech was out here burning through millions, partying with industry figures who never cared about his best interests. And now it's all catching up to him. People in Meech's circle say he's frustrated and desperate, trying to figure out how to get back in 50's good graces. But after everything that went down, the betrayal, the reckless spending, the drug rumors, is there even a way back? 50 hasn't said much since dropping those bombshells, but knowing him, he's not the type to forgive someone after they've turned on him. So now the question hanging in the air is, what's next for Lil Meech? With BMF still thriving without him and 50 moving on to bigger projects, does Meech have any way to recover, or is he about to learn the hard way that you don't cross 50 Cent and expect a second chance? Lil Meech is finally waking up, and sources say he's desperately trying to salvage his reputation before it's completely destroyed. But after burning bridges, blowing millions, and turning on 50 Cent, is there any road back? Word on the street is Meech is scrambling to rebuild his image. He's been reaching out to his old industry connections, trying to convince people he's not broke and still has big moves planned. But let's be real, people aren't buying it. Even fans are saying this is the price you pay for bad decisions. Instead of securing his position in Hollywood and setting himself up for long-term success, Meech got caught up in the glitzy lifestyle. He thought the money would never stop flowing, and now that it has, reality is hitting him like a freight train. Even worse, 50 Cent hasn't uttered a word about giving him another chance, and knowing 50, that silence speaks volumes. Meanwhile, insiders say Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather are nowhere to be found, which just proves what everyone was saying all along. They were never really in Meech's corner. So now the question is, what's his next move? Will he try to make amends with 50, or is he going to double down and go out swinging? One thing's for sure, Meech is running out of options fast. And the ultimate irony? Lil Meech linked up with Rick Ross just to spite 50, thinking Ross had his back, only to realize Ross was just using him as ammunition against 50. Now that the wave of attention is over, Ross is nowhere to be found, and Meech is left holding an empty bag. So what do y'all think? Did Lil Meech bring this disaster on himself, or is there still hope for him to turn everything around? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in for more wild stories just like this. See y'all on the next one.